Hey everybody, one of Wisdom here. It's technically Tuesday, April 7th, now a little bit after midnight, and we are checking out Batspin. We took her down her pet purveyor path first because I was kind of intrigued by Bat Betterment. Thought I might actually wind up liking it better. Some of her stuff is very difficult to document. That may be the case here as well, but we'll do the best we can. If you have any further desire to explore or try to get exact instances of damage or numbers or what triggers certain assets or features, something you can always explore on your own. That said, Pet Purveyor, her base upgrades, and of course the Attack Damage Spreadsheet and my analysis can all be found on my site, oneofwisdom.com, or the Skylander Club forum. You can find links for both at the top of the video description box. But Pet Purveyor abilities, improve abilities to summon bats, we've gotten that taken care of. So now we're going to check out Bat Betterment, which improves bat form abilities. Go ahead and take that. It is somewhat of a pointless cutscene, but let me get back to her. She's got to be somewhere here. There she is. Alright, so we're at Batspin now, and I will come down here to her attacks. That said, what this does, it addresses her tertiary attack primarily, if you will. So her tertiary attack, she can go into bat form, and she just can stay in this perpetually. It's just like Spyro, Sonic Boom, Whirlwind flying around. If she has increased armor, they don't advertise it, she very well could. But while in this form, she basically gains 2 additional attacks from her, primary and secondary, which are primary and secondary here. Primary attack, in bat form, she's actually got a bite. You can kind of see it there. And what it does is 150 to 225, which that worked out beautifully with the critical hit coming. And secondary attack, it is Screech. That's what it looks like and sounds. And again, basically, that worked out well too. 56 to 84 and basically 3 instances of that. So fairly agile, and now we're going to build upon this. So let's talk to Persephone. Battle Cry. In bat form, the Screech attack does extra damage and powers up pet bats. Now, what that last part means, I have no idea, and it's going to be tough to document, but we can easily figure out what she does. Here, we'll go ahead. Okay, so we know that now. But the bite is still the same, so let's see what the Screech is. 84 to 126 3 times. So, Screech, 84 to 126, comma, 3x. And then it apparently powers up pet bats, so we actually, I guess, have to fire a few off. They're still doing the 39, we'll get us several of them here, and we'll now fly in. And so it seems to make them larger, doesn't it? Or am I just imagining things? They definitely glow after we've done that. So I think we're going to have to actually head off to a chapter to check this out. Let's see, what is her next one?
Press the tag.
Yeah, I guess we better just go now. So I hate doing it, but it's what's got to be done. So we can't showcase it here at the training ground, sadly. So we'll just come in here and start getting things documented. I made the mistake of thinking I could make quick money through the Skeleton Showdown, and you can't really, you can, but it's not near as efficient as just using Chomp Chest. But I have to say, if you take her through Arbos, she interacts pretty hilariously with him. So, especially on like the slow one, you get basically no cash from that, but it's quite funny. So, alright, first thing we've got to do. The bats, basically right now, they do 8 to 12 additional damage after their shot if they bite, I guess. And then with brawny bats, that moves to 16 to 24. So 16 to 24 is what they should be doing. And now what we need to do is spit these guys out, go into bat mode, and let's charge them. 32 to 48. Okay. So we're actually going to be able to work with that. And then note we can pick them up and gain the health back. So 32 to 48. That's significant improvements in my opinion. Charge bats for 32 to 48 additional damage. I'm content with that. So it might be in our best interest just to go all the way up to Persephone and see what we can't get taken care of there. That way we don't have to like come right back here, and then if we do, we've got to watch after it still. So, alright, this isn't the most efficient thing to do, but I have a feeling we would have to check this out against enemies anyway, so makes sense to just go ahead and get it done, I suppose. Alright. Up we go. She's fairly quick. The important thing here, I just don't like the keys dangling above me. Plus, sometimes, if you talk to someone, the keys will reset, and that's a problem. Don't think the enemies will be triggered, but don't go through the gate because it does shut and you can't come back. So don't say I did not warn you. So, Ultimate Bat Squad. More pet bats fly with you and have additional powers. I don't quite know what that means. It's very vague. 1541 is the price. In bat form, the bite attack. That might be something we could buy here too. Let's try to get a feel for this one. So, more pet bats fly with you. So I'm just going to go straight into bat form, and she's got nothing. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, that's a lot. Let's try this. So they're kind of in a V formation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 8 for sure? I think that's actually 8, so we finally have confirmed that. And then I fire one, and... Whoa! Staying with us for quite a while. Let's get back in our V formation. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's 7 there now. Let's see if we can get him to join us. That's kind of cool. Oh, no, we've got 9, because that guy's still down there, I think. Alright, anyway, let's go into this. And they all got charged up, apparently. Can I eat them? No. Would be cool if we could. But apparently if I charge them up, you can kind of see it better here. Let's just fly in here and see what these guys are going to do. Shall we? I don't know if this is the best idea.
Skylanders of the air element are stronger in this show.
So I'm trying to just get the bats. 32. That's what they're doing. Here come these guys.
Looks like this whole
Were they screeching when I screech? Is that what was going on? I don't know. Let's progress this way. Again, sadly, we can't go back. This would get a buzz, but I mean, right here they close the gate, which kind of sucks because we could do a 2-for-1 deal. But I want to see if these bats actually screech. So we'll go ahead, I guess, and take him out. And now let me toss that. Oh, I didn't mean to do that? Okay. So there's our bats. We're doing 16. And note that I can even fly into them and get the hill, so that is very cool. So let's charge them up. They were doing 16. Now they're doing 32 to 48. Okay, now what I want to do now is... Well, we can't do anything. Alright, so let's get out of here. Let's go back to the academy. Again, our lives would be so simple if we could just document all of this in the academy. Yeah. So, off we go this direction. Once again, we'll talk to Persephone.
Ready for another?
Alright, so I think on Ultimate Bat Squad, more pet bats fly with you and have additional powers. That's incredibly vague, and it's almost worth not typing out if you're not going to be elaborative. Let's just say 8 bats can fly with you. And they do the 32 to 48. And that's you can get the health from them, and that's about all I know. So no clue how to pronounce this. Chiropteran, I don't know, something along those lines. Chiropteran, who knows. Call in bat form, the bite attack shoots out 3 additional pet bats for 2101. Bear in mind, I've got the 15 wing sapphires on this. So, first thing first, let's see if we can get those guys. Okay, so wow, they come. That's convenient because we can spawn them that way. Now, I want to see if I screech. If those guys, I can't quite position them because that's not a real enemy. The bite now does 150 and then 39x3. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 bats here. Now we're down to 4. No, we've got 2. Let's see. Let's just fire off a ton of these. Note that they're disappearing as I do that. So if they'll join in, we've got 2. We've got 4. Oh, they're expiring. But 2, 4, 6. So I think that's 7-ish. Something like that. If I screech at them, they all kind of seem to gain that. Let's see. Yeah, that's something you can't really document, in my opinion, well. So Chiropteran Call, you're going to do 150 to 225. Get an asterisk in there somehow. 150 to 225 plus 39 to 58 3 times. And then obviously you can spawn, I think, up to 9-ish or so. You got one. Yeah, there's really isn't a big enough area for them to fly with us. I think there's 8 right there with us, so you can screech and charge them up. Let's see. That's about all I can tell. But the coolest thing here is now we can use the bite attack, whether there's enemies right in front of us or not, and it's going to shoot out 3 bats who will then fly with us, which means I don't have to go to the length of coming in here and doing the primary attack. And then of course we can do that, which is pretty incredible. So, let's go ahead and take on the Soul Gem here. Great ball of bats. I really like this one. 2801 is the price. Hold X to launch a giant ball of bats. We'll grab that. Now, this is a little bit misleading. Sadly, I have experienced this. And it's great here because essentially what happens when we hold X, fire that out, you do the 39, you've got him out there. I can run around with this thing. You don't move super fast, but what I'm about to do will be sure to amaze you. There's no time limit on it here. And that, my friends, is not thousands. It adds up to thousands very quick. That's 156 to 234. And it just perpetually rattles that off. And my thoughts were, holy Moses, someone overlooked this. I can just use this attack exclusively in the game, in Chaos Doom Challenge, in Arena Mode, and destroy everything. Because you can spin with it fairly quickly. You can't, like move left to right or north-south super fast, but, a 360 more than adequate, especially once she's leveled up and gets more than 240 on the health bar. I really like how her little bat wings up top kind of move in. Looks like there's the gust. But you can see right there the 156 and 234, and then just all chaos ensues. Now, the cool thing, this will shoot through enemies, so you could shoot it through several enemies if you're so inclined. Let's see here. There was 156, it explodes, and there's 5 bats with it. So, that said, let's see if we can set it up. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Basically 2 to 3 second charge time. And then it's not going through the dummies here. It really does go through enemies in the game. But 156 to 234, there's roughly 5 bats after the explosion. And I had in my notes, you can hold and decimate anything. Sadly, when you're actually in a chapter or a challenge mode or something, it can do like 1 or so instances of the 156 to 234, and then it automatically deploys itself. I can come in here and I can deploy it anytime I want to, but in the game, if we walked up to this guy, it would do like the 156, and then it just kind of shoots itself off. It's very, very sadly, which you have to admit, she would have been OP, probably the most powerful Skylander ever, because those numbers are rattled off so insanely fast. But she's a bit difficult to document and therefore fully appreciate down either path, in my opinion. Battle Cry upgrades the Screech. The charged bats now do 32 to 48. Ultimate Bat Squad, you can basically get 8 bats to fly around with you in a V formation. You should see it here. If we had enough space, there'll be 4 rows. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 6 of them with us right now. So there's technically more than that. But let's see if we can get these nuts to fly. If you count, you'll see the V formation would have 4. Obviously, it's not working well here. It works good in... Wait a second.
Unstoppable.
Oh, now that is cool. Okay, I did not know this. This is a very minor thing. Obviously, you press Y to go into bat mode. She screeches automatically, which does damage. Oh, they're showing damage now? They were. Some of them did. Okay, I pressed Y to get out of it. Okay, let's try a screech. Well, anyway, what's cool, you can press Y to come out of it, and it's kind of climatic and everything. But, check this out. If I'm in bat form here, and we were to come in, you can primary attack to bite, secondary attack to screech. But if I actually hit the jump button, she just transitions out of that beautifully, and it's much more fluid than tapping Y. So here's entering with Y, here's exiting with Y. Here's entering with Y as you have to do, and then there's exiting. So that's really cool. And then once you exit, let's just... Okay, here we are. We're gonna chomp, 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 spit out the bats. We've got 8 or 9 of them flying around with us. We've screeched and charged them up and everything. And then I want to go in and do bat spin. So I just simply jump, land where I want to, and then unleash that on someone. Very, very, very fluid. That's something I was unaware of. It's something you probably wouldn't even think of doing. So that's kind of cool in my opinion. And then of course Soul Gem is great. I feel like that's about the best I can document this without taking like a ridiculous amount of time to attempt to, determine the exact quantities and the exact damages. But oh, that's cool now. She increased that? I think she may have. Anyway, we got the Screech going for us, which is really cool. 84 to 126 3 times. You can stay in this mode perpetually. If you were to press B, you screech like you saw when she enters it. So that's kind of a nice kind of auto defense mechanism too for when you enter. If you bite, you do 150 to 225. It's a shame that didn't go up. I agree that's a very high number, but even if it went up just to like 160 to 240, I would have been pretty content. Anytime you bite, you spit out 3 bats, so you do the 150 plus 39 to 58 3 times. Then again, obviously every time you do that, you can do the same thing. So it has a bit more range than the Screech. I guess it's about the same really. But theoretically, that damages enemies. It just doesn't really function here. We could come in and let's just go and see what they do while they're screeched. I think it was registering the same, but we'll try to pinpoint this. Again, I hate that these take as long as they do. I'm not going to go into the greater detail because that would be crazy. But it's one of those deals. If you wonder, there's a chomp chest deal right there. Just in case you're of that mindset or you come here to test things out like I do and you need to pick up some cash at the same time. That's definitely worth keeping in mind. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and go into bat mode. And I'm going to bite. We got 3, we got 6, we got 9. I'm going to go ahead and pre-screech. And I'm not going to do anything. I want to see what the bats do. It's still the 32. So, and note when they glow green, I can actually, you know, pick them up. Okay, those guys aren't seeming to want to get in on the action. 16, those weren't charged. And then right there, I think the health is proportional to what you've done. But that's that, man. I'll just leave it at that. I think I prefer this path just because I'm not quite sure that Mr. Blocky and Mr. Dizzy performed to my liking. I think that's a pretty decent path. I think maybe with more of what they must consider projectile enemies, it might be more impressive. It's just hard for me to document that one, and subsequently I'm not quite 100% with it in terms of what it even is truly capable of. That said, I feel like I have a better feel for bat betterments, and I think the way I will play the game, I think it's going to suit my playstyle a little bit better. But she's somebody I think would be good down either path. Again, if you like to be in the mix of the action, or if you're a huge fan of bats, obviously bat betterment. If you like to kind of stand back, let your doubles or minis or whatever you consider them, minions, do the work while you can fire off, you know, mid-range projectiles, probably want to take Pet Purveyor. If you hate the bat, tertiary attack, the bat form, take Pet Purveyor. But I think I will stick with Bat Betterment. So the Soul Gem, sadly, like I said, you can't do that like just chaotic destruction thing. It just automatically shoots off. So that's good that she's not like super OP, but it would have been really cool if that was somehow an oversight. But that is Bat Spin. Again, my ultimate conclusion, I think Bat Betterment fits my playstyle a bit better. Pet Purveyor, though, I think that's a decent path. I just feel like for me personally, this one's going to be a little bit better. You can follow me on Twitch where I live stream Skylanders Trap Team. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Once again, thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you back here for our next Skylanders Trap Team upgrade session.